Hello Taurus, welcome to your February 2020 general reading. Thanks for joining me. My name is Michelle. Special welcome to my podcast listeners on Apple and Spotify. Let's take a look at your oracle cards for February, Taurus. We have Death and the Maiden. Death and the Maiden speaks about invasion, boundaries being violated, or dominance. It may be you, Taurus. It may be someone acting this way towards you. It speaks of love, but sometimes love can look a little scary when it comes on a little bit too strong. There is a need associated with this card, a hunger, a wanting something so much that it can be all-consuming. That all-consuming love or that all-consuming warmth, energy, emotion. Very much a feeling of wanting to devour or wanting to consume something around you. It's very much all-encompassing kind of energy that I'm picking up, and it's out of balance. Now, it may be between you and another where there is this sense of a dominance, of someone being dominating. Perhaps someone else, it could be you, Taurus, feels that your boundaries are being violated. Now, the feeling around this, the inspiration behind this, is actually Joan of Arc. And you can't ask for a better inspiration than Joan. The feeling around this is faith. Of course, Joan of Arc, the legend around her is just, I won't go into it all because it's quite lengthy, but most of you are aware of it. For those of you who aren't, I recommend you go and have a read about Joan. She was never afraid. There was a feeling here of bravery. She rode bravely toward the enemy. She was never afraid. She was born for that. Her energy helps inspire complete faith in yourself, Taurus, and in a higher power to lead you to your greatest good. So when you need that energy boost to do what you think is right, even in the face of what others think you should do, or to trust yourself and your own visions for your future, Joan is here to help with that, rather. There is a feeling here of focus, of being very single-minded, and carrying on through many obstacles. So her courage got her through, but so did her goodness, and that's what I'm sensing around this. There's a need to make sure that what you're focused on, Taurus, is for the greater good. So you have this single-minded energy, you have this goal, and you are going off here like a bull at a gate or a bull in a china shop here to go after it. But it may be a little bit frightening or scary perhaps for other people around you, because when you get in this mindset, you can come across as quite dominating, a strong energy. So there's a real need to make sure that what you're doing here is really for your greater good and for the greater good of people around you. Again, Taurus, could be you doing this, it could be someone acting this way towards you. Now, as the overall energy from the Zodiac Oracle, we got the card of Earth, and of course for you it's perfect as an Earth sign. The Earth brings the quality of Earth to this situation. The Earth is slow. The Earth is sure. It's unhurried. So calm. I get a calm approach here, avoiding sudden or unexpected actions, creating a calm place in the center of any kind of chaotic kind of energy. So Taurus, that's the thing. I think that if you feel very certain about a goal or a thing, or you feel this kind of all-consuming energy, and you're really wanting to get whatever it is that you feel consumed by, there's a real need to step back and remain calm and focused and ground yourself. That's the way that I'm feeling around this. And have faith that you can pull this off. Trust that you can pull it off, and really work towards this with strength, with courage, but without the dominance here or the aggression kind of energy. So let's see where this goes. Taurus, very strong energy for you for the month of February. At the bottom of the deck, I do have the Eight of Cups. So it seems like you are moving on. I get journey. I get very much a journey here, the start of a journey, and you're really wanting to get going on this journey. It's exciting. It's very, I get it as fiery. I get passion around this. I feel like you are faced with choices. I get that. I also feel that your will, your determination is very strong. I feel that you're getting out of a difficult situation, one in which you have felt a sense of lack. Now, you're normally very much someone who likes routine, creature comforts, stability, but here you are showing this kind of adventurous side, which is interesting. You may have some fire in your chart. So let's have a look, Taurus. Right in the center of this reading, the Six of Cups, and it's crossed by the Queen of Pentacles. Okay. If you're cross-watching, of course, this can resonate as a Taurus that you're dealing with. But for my Taurians here, I do feel that for you, there is someone around you. I feel that this is really a connection between you two. There may be children involved, family history. There's a sense of nostalgia with these cards and the past. So this is the past. And this has grounded you in the past. You've had a connection with someone. It could be a spouse, a sister, a mother. It's very nurturing, very comforting kind of energy. Even with I think of like family, home, the dog, all of that kind of thing, Taurus, has grounded you and given you this sense of comfort and support and stability. Let's see. We have the Karma card, which in this deck is called Karma. In other tarot packs, it's the Judgment card. So for you, it's this higher calling. It's a call to have more. So while you've been in this comfortable place and you've nurtured a family, you've grown a family, you have you've remained in a place that is stable, you've worked hard for a living, and you've worked hard for retirement, all of that. You've steadily worked towards the future while remaining in a very grounded place. But along comes this sense around you that there's something else or something more. And it's a call to action for you. It's hearing the call. And for you, I think it may have been something that you were aware of on some level, but had decided that you didn't want to deal with it. You may have put it to one side, put it on the back burner, but nevertheless there has been this sense of more to do with your life, a higher purpose, a higher calling. And the Seven of Cups is calling to you. And it's all about options, having many different paths and exploration of those paths. I feel like it's exciting, but also a little bit scary at the same time wherever there is a change, because I think that you've stayed put in the one place for a very long time, Taurus. So here you go on this journey. And for you, there is an element of, I get beauty around these cards, actually. It seems to me that you're kind of a little bit drunk with the choices. Drunk with the beauty of these choices. I don't know what that means. That just came to me. So whatever that means for you, Taurus. There is a feeling here, though, to make sure that you ground yourself in reality around these choices. And don't get too far ahead of yourself. Bite off more than you can chew. And really keep a level head. I get needing to keep a level head and ground yourself. What else do we have here for you, Taurus? In the past, I do think with the Ten of Wands, you've been steadily plodding along, but I think it's reached the end of the road for you with whatever this is. It could be a marriage, it could be a job, it could be a place where you live, a career. But you've been steadily treading along this path, working really hard at it for a really long time, and then you've reached the end of this path. Because it's a 10, I feel that it is completion here. It's reached the end of this road. And now these other paths are opening up in front of you, Taurus. Yeah, the Six of Wands. And for you, it seems to bring about, I get this as a recognition. Maybe even some fame for some of you Taurians, which would be super exciting. So I think that you've got your eyes cast very high. I get you looking at what you can achieve and going for what you truly want and desire, whatever that means to you, whatever success or victory means to you. For some of you, it is a recognition with something that you're working on. It could be a passion project. It could be a relationship goal. Whatever it is, you're moving towards success. And it seems like you know it, but at the same time, there is this need here to ground yourself around this, because it just may be you getting a little bit too ahead of yourself here, Taurus, because you do have this kind of single-mindedness here when it comes to life goals. And once you've set your mind to something, there is a sense of direct purpose and determination and strength. But that can be a little bit scary for people around you, and anyone around you may feel like you are perhaps trying to dominate a situation, or they may even feel like you're invading, or that you're violating some kind of space or boundary. Again, Taurus, could be you, could be the other way around. The energies can be vice versa, as you know. We have the Three of Pentacles in reverse. Yeah, I do think that for you, it seems to me that you feel like you're not using all of your talents to the best of your abilities. It seems like you feel a bit stuck. You don't feel that you're receiving the recognition that you deserve for your talents, and you're wanting to go out and express these talents. Show your skills, whatever that means to you. Now, for some of you, I get that you may feel a little bit concerned or scared that you're not up to the task. But I do think that when it comes to any kind of change, especially if it's around work or career, make sure that your skills and talents are up to par for this new direction, for this new path. If that means going back to school, if that means taking a course, doing some kind of training to boost these skills, then that's what you should do. But there's an element around you of just believing that something's run its course. You're not using all of your talents and skills wisely. And I think you want to break out of this and move towards something that is going to give you that recognition or reward. We have the Knight of Wands in the reverse. Interesting, because I do feel that you have been frustrated, and there may even be a little bit of still this frustration around you of you wanting to get going. You're really wanting to get going, but something is holding you back. It could be fear, self-doubt, could be circumstances as well. Perhaps you can't leave a job just yet. Perhaps you can't leave your home just yet, or where you are based. So there's an element here of wanting to travel, wanting to move forward, set goals for yourself, take this new road, and see where the path leads you, set out on this quest or adventure, but yet you feel held back by this. The Eight of Swords in reverse. So yeah, there is something that you need to free yourself. I get freedom, liberation, and individuality with this card. Whether that is from your circumstances that are around you, that you feel trapped by, could also be your fears and doubts as well, things that restrict us in the mind, negative thoughts, all of that. It's freeing yourself from both mental and physical restriction and moving forward with freedom, with a sense of definite purpose here, Taurus. I am picking up a lot of direction around you, but I feel for you there's also this sense of making sure that you ground all of this in reality, because I just get you a bit drunk with the choices. It's like a world of choices suddenly opened up in front of you, Taurus, and you're ready to go for it. But some of these choices are good, some of them are not so good, but you're excited nonetheless to try them out. But I'm wondering if there shouldn't be a little bit more caution here, less speed, less haste, and a little bit more eye to the practical side, that more earthy nature. Two of Wands, yeah, really, this is just you there. I feel like you're chomping at the bit here. You're still at home, you're still in this stable place, but you're looking and you're dreaming, you're fantasizing about other options. That's what I get. And I think that you're ready to act on these, but you haven't acted just yet. I feel like you will. That Six of Wands here in that near future position tells me that you will take this leap, you will take a risk and decide on a course of action. Now you have two paths ahead of you. Both look pretty decent, which is good. One of them I feel is a little bit more on the adventurous side. The other sticks a little bit more close to home, and only you, Taurus, will know which one of those two paths is right for you. But the energy that I'm picking up around you here is just to make sure that you ground yourself here and don't bite off more than you can chew, and really align your goal with your skills and talents and your abilities. For some of you Taurians, if you are going towards something that is maybe just a little bit of pie in the sky energy, or you have this kind of fear that you can't really pull it off, or that deep down you feel like you don't want to pull it off, I think that for you, you need to keep a careful eye on realistic expectations. It's great to have goals and dreams, and we should all have them. You should all go for them. Absolutely. But we have to temper that with realism. So make sure that your skills and your abilities match up to whatever this is that you eventually choose. If it doesn't, then I suggest maybe going back to school and learning some more skills here before you set off on this new journey. That's for some of you. Joan of Arc as your overall energy, I'm loving that. It's a beautiful, courageous, fighting spirit, fighting for what's right, having faith that things are going to work out. Joan, of course, was incredibly intelligent, awe-inspiring, really. But of course, what happened to her was a terrible thing. I mean, she was persecuted and eventually burned at the stake, as we know. So riding high into battle, but maybe coming across perhaps a little bit too single-minded, or maybe even a little bit on the intimidating side with this Death and the Maiden card. So not being afraid is a great thing. Moving towards something that is for your highest good and working towards this energy of a higher vibration is, I feel, the best thing for you. To make sure that what you're going for here is really the best thing that you could possibly be doing, and that it's not coming from some kind of lower vibration need or want, or wanting to consume something. It's really, with that Death and the Maiden, making sure that you don't overstep is what I'm getting from Spirit. Taurus, you're very single-minded, you keep your focus. It's ideal energy to use when you need inspiration to carry on through obstacles, and I see you gaining victory. I see you being successful. So whatever obstacles you have around you, you're going to be able to beat them with that energy. But there's just a need to be a bit careful about how we may come across or how we might appear. Make sure that there's courage, but make sure that goodness shines through. You don't want courage and strength with too much power, or negative power, meaning power that inflicts some kind of damage or pain or aggression, anything like that, any kind of negative connotation to power. No, power for you has to be inherently good. The intentions behind it have to be inherently good, Taurus. Those are the attributes to hold on to, especially when faced with outside pressures that may not be healthy. It could be somebody else that's exerting their force over you in a very dominating fashion. But as long as you fight back in a good way, from a place of inherent goodness, not fighting dirty, fighting from that higher vibration, taking the high road, Michelle Obama, her kind of energy there. When they go low, you go high. That's what she'd say, and that's what I'm saying to you now. When they go low, you go high. And remember Joan of Arc here as your inspiration, Taurus. Wow. Whew. So decisions to be made. I get you having a sense of purpose, and making sure that you have... you don't do anything hasty. You've got time here to make your choice, Taurus. You've got time. You feel a little bit frustrated. You want to get going. But you have your choice here. There's two paths ahead of you, and only you know which path to take. It will be the one that feels the most right in the gut, the one that gives you that sense of calmness. If something fills you with anxiety and fear and gives you those knots in the stomach, or you feel tense, it's probably the wrong decision. But if you feel a sense of peace and calm within, that's the right decision. So make sure you pay attention to your body when it comes to deciding between these two paths. Both of them lead to freedom. Both of them lead to good things. So for you, it's just a matter of choosing which one of those to take. I want to get a card here on that Queen of Pentacles as the challenge. What is this Queen of Pentacles as the challenge? The Three of Swords in reverse. So it may be someone around you who feels hurt, this may be a situation where you've had to leave someone behind here, Taurus. Could be a spouse, a mother, someone who is very strong past connection with you. And it may be that this is the individual that you're finding is an obstacle. It may be that this person you're fighting with, something like that. So as long as you're taking that high road, I see you being successful and overcoming this challenge. Let's get a card from the Soul Coaching Oracle for you, Taurus. If you'd like a personal reading, you can email me, gypsyinsights@gmail.com. That email's in the box below. Also, if you wouldn't mind pressing that little like button down there, I'd really appreciate it. And if you can share me on your social media platforms, if you're enjoying these readings, any assistance you can give me there would be a great benefit for me. Taurus, what do we have? Impeccability. Yeah, that's you. A need to be impeccable in your thought, word, and deed. When it comes to this journey, and I see it as a journey, it tells me that for you, you have to rise above what other people may be, how they may be acting. Now's the time for you to be impeccable in all of your responsibilities, relationships, and home environment. Gather your discipline and integrity around you like a sacred cloak. No matter what it takes, maintain your power, intent, and focus, and pay attention to the details. So your soul wants you to know here, Taurus, that it isn't the time to be lackadaisical or whimsical. It calls for discipline, focus, truthfulness, and certitude. Hone your skills. Don't speak unnecessarily and pay great attention to details. See what needs to be done, Do it effectively, swiftly, and with a nobility of heart, and you'll reap immense rewards for doing this. So everything that you do needs to come from a place of being true to yourself, authentic to yourself, and impeccable in your thought, word, and deed, making sure it stands up to scrutiny. So you have to really make sure that you have everything here, especially if it comes to making plans for the future, plans for this journey. You really have to make sure that it stands up to other people's scrutiny, because it seems like there may be someone around you here, Taurus, who's really kind of willing to go there with you and push those buttons and really ask the difficult probing questions, and you'll have to be ready with a response. And you want to make sure that you come across here as someone who has thought things through, has a plan of action, and isn't just being silly or whimsical. You want to make sure that you come across as someone who's thought about this, who isn't just acting on some kind of whim, but is very grounded in reality, and it's not just a daydream or fantasy. This is something that you truly want to do, truly feel you can accomplish, and I see you being able to overcome any kind of challenge towards what you want to go towards, Taurus. So I'm going to leave it there and wish you all the very best. Thanks again for watching here on YouTube. Thanks to my podcast listeners on Apple and Spotify. Please make sure to check me out on YouTube. My channel is Gypsy Insights by Michelle. I have many different types of readings. Please again like, share and subscribe. Take care and bye for now. Oh, I have my 2020 yearly forecasts out as well, so please do check those out. The link is below in the descriptions box. Bye for now, Taurus.